Hi everyone. Today we are going to see the feature of ad-hoc analyst feedback loop for alerts and respond. The ad-hoc analyst feedback loop feature is a new functionality that is available in NetWitness since 12.3 that allows users to whitelist the alerts that are not relevant or actionable for their use cases. This feature helps users to reduce the alert noise and focus on the alerts that matter the most. The feature also provides the feedback to the alert sources such as Endpoint, Insight, ESA, and Core to improve the alert generation logic and the accuracy. As I mentioned, the feature was initially available for Endpoint and Insight alerts since version 12.3. Now this support has been extended to ESA and Core alerts since version 12.5. Coming to the general information on the feature, this feature belongs to the Respond module of the NetWitness. Coming to the problem statement, there are situations where analysts would like to ignore or whitelist certain ESA or Core alerts based on the few conditions. And ESA being a alert where it can hold multiple events, there are some predications required whether to match all the events that are part of the alert or only few events which are part of the alerts to for whitelisting. So the solution is building a user-friendly workflow using which an analyst can provide feedback to the system about the false positives in their environment. An analyst can whitelist the alert. And also, since ESA provides the option to associate notification with every alert, we need to disable the notification which match the whitelisted alerts, if any, which means that if if an ESA alert is whitelisted, then the associated notification will also get whitelisted. Now let's dive into how do we whitelist the ESA and Core alerts. So it is very much similar to the how we used to do for endpoint alerts. Navigate to respond alerts page and we can click or select the alert and then whitelist. We can choose the whitelist alert section. Next, coming to the working of the whitelist alert. So once the whitelist alert is clicked, whitelist rule creation dialog will appear. And this rule creation dialog is quite different for core alert compared to the ESA alert. Core alert being an alert source where the alert will contain only one event per alert. The functionality is much more similar to the endpoint alert whitelisting one, where there are certain set of meta keys which are part of the alert will showcase in the window, and customer or the user can choose which meta key needs to be part of the whitelisting rule condition along with the alert name. But coming to ESA, as I mentioned, ESA is an alert source which can have multiple events in an alert. So NetWitness is providing a feature where, along with the alert name and the meta keys condition, that user can choose whether all the events of the alert must match the whitelisting rule criteria, or if any one event of the alert is sufficient to whitelist the alert by matching the whitelist rule criteria. In case user wants to have the whitelisting only if all the events in the all the events in the alert matches the whitelisting criteria, then they could opt for match all events. But if it is sufficient to have any one of the event matched, then the entire alert needs to be whitelisted, then match any event is sufficient. So coming to the meta keys which are supported as of now for the NetWitness Core and ESA alerts, as part of NetWitness Core, there have been three categories identified: source, target, and domain. On source, under the source category, we do have host.source, IP.source, TCP.SR source port, UDP source port, and user source. Under the target, we do have host DST, IP.DST, TCP destination port, and UDP destination port, and user destination. And on the domain, we have domain source, domain destination, alias host, and device host. So when any of these meta keys are part of the alert, then those meta keys are shown in the window. Any one meta key needs to be the part of whitelisting rule criteria along with the alert name, or all the meta keys which are part of the alert can also be the whitelist rule criteria. So once we create the whitelist rule, the whitelist rules are available under the respond whitelist section. As we can see here, there is we can see the whitelist rule name and which alert name this whitelist rule is created for and what is the alert type. And summary tells what are all the meta keys which are part of the whitelist rule criteria and number of alerts which have been whitelisted for this particular whitelisted rule. So this is the whitelists page, and here we could filter out based on time range or the whitelist rule name, or alert type being NetWitness insert, ESA, Core, or Endpoint, and the summary by value. So while we are searching by the summary searches by if I want to filter for episodes 1.1.1.2, then the search item must be 1.1.1.2, and also by the created by who created the whitelist rule. With that also we can filter. So coming to the whitelist alert cleanup. So once an alert is whitelisted, of course that would stop the incoming alerts which are matching the whitelisting rule criteria. But there might be alerts which are previous and they are stored in Mongo, which are present before whitelisting. If user wants to clear those alerts as well, then under the response server explore page, response data retention node, there is an alert cleanup job, which can be, there's a config alert cleanup enabled, which can be set to true. This will trigger that job to run, and whitelisted cleanup frequency will mention like how often the job should run and clean up the alerts. By default, it is set to 24 hours. And whitelist alert cleanup batch size usually set to 1,000. That decides upon one particular query request how many records should be operated. Now let us quickly see the demo of it. So as I mentioned, this is a code alert, and if I want to whitelist it, I can go and click on the whitelist alert. That would give me that would give me the whitelist creation window where I need to specify a unique whitelist rule name, and at least one meta key must be specified, otherwise whitelist won't be enabled. So now whitelist is enabled. You can even see the confirmation window, confirm alert whitelisting window, where it will list the selected values. Then once if I hit confirm whitelist, then you can see the whitelist listed under this whitelist tab. So now let's do similar for ESA. So I have kept match any event, then any one meta key as I mentioned needed, and even the command. Now you can see that match all events is no. If I had chosen match all events, then this value should have been S. And you could see that whitelist ESA had come here. As I mentioned, I think you could already see according to the incoming events, there are already 28 alerts which got whitelisted for this whitelist rule condition. So this is about